Hello dear students, in last class we discussed about mass energy equivalence. So what is mass energy equivalence? According to Einstein, mass and energy both are interconvertible. If one atomic mass unit is converted into energy, then how much energy is released? That is about 931.5 million electron volt. If one atomic mass unit means that is 1 U, otherwise you can write 1 AMU, is converted into energy. Is converted into energy means the mass is converted into energy, then the energy released is that is E equal to 931.5 million electron volt. 931.5 million electron volt. Then already we know that E is nothing but m into c square. E equal to m into c square. Then m into c square, that is 931.5 million electron volt. Here one atomic mass unit is converted into energy. How much energy? That is 931.5 million electron volt. Means m can be taken as one atomic mass unit, that is 1 U. Then 1 U into c square, that is equal to 931.5 million electron volt. Then one atomic mass unit is equal to, I will take this c square to the right hand side, that comes to the denominator, that is 931.5 million electron volt per c square, So one atomic mass unit in terms of million electron volt per c square, that is 931.5 million electron volt per c square, means the million electron volt per c square is also the unit of mass in atomic physics and nuclear physics. Then what are the various units of mass in atomic physics and nuclear physics? Those are kg, atomic mass unit, and million electron volt per c square. Then in today's class we are going to discuss about masses of electron, proton and neutron in terms of various units. Various units means different units. What are the different units used in the atomic physics and nuclear physics? Those are kg, atomic mass unit, and million electron volt per c square for the mass. Okay, then already we know that the mass of the electron in terms of kg, that is about 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg, and in terms of atomic mass unit, that is 0.000549 atomic mass unit. Already we know that how to convert the atomic mass unit to kg. One atomic mass unit is equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. Okay, then it is the conversion of atomic mass unit to kg. Then how to convert the kg to the atomic mass unit? Then 1 kg equal to, then I will take this 1.66 into 10 to the power of minus 27 to the left hand side, then 1 atomic mass unit divided by 1.66 into 10 to the power of minus 27. Okay, so it is the kg to the atomic mass unit, means the conversion of kg to atomic mass unit. So we know that the mass of the electron in kg, that is 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg in terms of atomic mass unit, that is 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. 1 kg means here in terms of atomic mass unit, that is 1 atomic mass unit divided by 1.66 into 10 to the power of minus 27. On solving this one, we will get the answer is about 0.000549 atomic mass unit. And we are going to express the mass of the electron in terms of million electron volt per c square. See here, 0.000549 atomic mass unit. Mass of the electron in terms of atomic mass unit, that is 0.000549 atomic mass unit. Okay, one atomic mass unit is nothing but 931.5 million electron volt per c square. We can write 0.000549 into 1 atomic mass unit. Then 1 atomic mass unit in terms of million electron volt per c square, that is 0.000549 into 931.5. So 0.000549 into 931.5, that gives the 0.511 million electron volt per c square. So that gives the 0.511 million electron volt per c square. So this is the mass of the electron in terms of million electron volt per c square. What is the mass of the electron in terms of kg? 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. And mass of the electron in terms of atomic mass unit, that is 0.000549 atomic mass unit. And the mass of the electron in terms of million electron volt per c square, that is 0.511 million electron volt per c square. Then let us consider one more, the mass of the proton. What is the mass of the proton in terms of kg? Mass of the proton in terms of kg. Mass of the proton in terms of kg is 1.6726 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kg. So what is the mass of the proton in terms of atomic mass unit? Then how to convert the kg to atomic mass unit? By dividing 1.66 into 10 to the power of minus 27. See here, 1.6726 into 10 to the power of minus 27. So here 1 kg means in terms of atomic mass unit, that is 1 by 1.66 into 10 to the power of minus 27 atomic mass unit. Kg is converted into atomic mass unit, and these two get cancelled. Then we will get the answer is about 1.00727 atomic mass unit. And what is the mass of the proton in terms of million electron volt per c square? So already we know that the mass of the proton in terms of atomic mass unit, what is that? 1.00727 in terms of atomic mass unit. Then already we know that one atomic mass unit in terms of million electron volt per c square. So that is nothing but one atomic mass unit is equal to 931.5 million electron volt per c square. Remember this one. How to convert the atomic mass unit to million electron volt per c square? So that is by multiplying 931.5 million electron volt per c square. Then 1.00727 into 931.5, then atomic mass unit is converted into million electron volt per c square. Then it is about 938.28 million electron volt per c square. In similar manner, we are going to express the mass of the neutron in terms of kg, atomic mass unit, and million electron volt per c square. This is about the masses of electron, proton, and neutron in terms of various units, means different units. So what are the units of the mass in atomic physics and nuclear physics? Those are kg, atomic mass unit, and million electron volt per c square. So next we are going to discuss about mass defect. Already we know that the total mass of the protons and neutrons are in free state is greater than the total mass of the protons and neutrons are in combined state. When the protons and neutrons are combined, the nucleus is formed. Okay, see here. The total mass of the protons are in free state. So the total mass of the protons in free state can be represented by capital MP. Then Z into MP. What is Z here? Z is nothing but atomic number, means the number of protons present. Okay, so Z is nothing but the number of protons. And what is MP? MP is nothing but it is the mass of each proton. The total number of protons into mass of each proton, that gives the total mass of the protons in free state. And how to find the total mass of the neutrons in free state? So that is the total number of neutrons into mass of each neutron. So the total number of neutrons can be determined by A minus of Z into mass of each neutron. Okay, that gives the total mass of the neutrons in pre-state. Then what is the total mass of the nucleons in pre-state? What are nucleons? Nucleons are nothing but the protons and neutrons are collectively called nucleons. Then total mass of the nucleons. Total mass of the nucleons. So total mass of the nucleons means the protons and neutrons are collectively called nucleons. Total mass of the protons and neutrons are in pre-state is called total mass of the nucleons in pre-state. In pre-state. Okay. Then the total mass of the nucleons in pre-state I will take, that is capital M. The total mass of the protons in pre-state plus the total mass of the neutrons in pre-state. So what is the total mass of the protons in pre-state? That is Z into Mp plus the total mass of the neutrons in pre-state, that is A minus of Z into Mn. A minus of Z into Mn. Okay. Then when these protons and neutrons are combined to form a nucleus, we will get the actual mass of the nucleus. When the protons and neutrons are combined together to form the nucleus, we will get the actual mass of the nucleus. I will take that actual mass of the nucleus as Mn. Then here the total mass of the protons and neutrons are in pre-state is greater than actual mass of the nucleus, because when the protons and neutrons are combined together, there is a nucleus is formed, there is some mass is loss. Okay, that loss in mass is converted into energy. Then that energy can bind the nucleons together in the nucleus. So that energy is called binding energy. Okay. Then once again listen here, the total mass of the protons and neutrons, the total mass of the protons and neutrons are in pre-state is greater than actual mass of the nucleus. So what is capital M here? It is the total mass of the protons and neutrons are in pre-state. Then what is Mn here? It is the total mass of the protons and neutrons are in combined state. So when the protons and neutrons are combined, so there is a loss in mass. So that loss in mass is converted into energy. So that energy is called binding energy. Then that loss in mass is called mass defect. Now we are going to define the mass defect. How to define the mass defect? So mass defect is defined as mass defect is defined as the difference between the difference between total mass of the nucleons. Total mass of the nucleons. Nucleons means here protons and neutrons are collectively called nucleons. Total mass of the nucleons and actual mass of the nucleus. And actual mass of the nucleus. And actual mass of the nucleus. And this mass defect is represented by delta M. Then we can write delta M is equal to, according to the definition, it is the difference between total mass of the nucleons, means the total mass of the nucleons in pre-state. Already I said that can be written as capital M. Okay. So and the actual mass of the nucleus means when these nucleons are combined, the nucleus is formed. Then that mass of the nucleus is called actual mass of the nucleus. That can be represented by Mn. Okay. Then don't confuse, in some books the mass of the nucleus, actual mass of the nucleus is taken as capital M, and the total mass of the nucleons can be taken as Zmp plus A minus of Z into Mn. Okay. I will write Z into Mp plus A minus of Z into Mn. Then it is the total mass of the nucleons minus actual mass of the nucleus, otherwise you can take it as a capital M. Then it is the formula used to find the mass defect, means how much loss in mass. First what we have to do? So first we have to find the total mass of the protons in free state and also the total mass of the neutrons in free state and add them, and we are going to subtract the actual mass of the nucleus from this total mass of the nucleons. Then we will get the how much mass is lost here. Okay, means we are going to find the mass defect. Then what is Z here? Where Z is, so listen here, remember this formula. It is the formula for mass defect, where Z is atomic number. Z is atomic number, and A minus of Z, that is number of neutrons or neutron number, is a neutron number, and A is already know that is a mass number. Then what is MP? MP is mass of each proton, and what is Mn? Mass of each neutron, means mass of one proton and it is mass of one neutron. Then MP is mass of a proton, mass of a proton, and Mn is mass of a neutron, mass of a neutron, mass of a neutron. And what is capital Mn? So that is nothing but it is the actual mass of the nucleus. When the nucleons are in combined state, the nucleus is formed. Then we will get the mass of the nucleus, that is called actual mass of the nucleus, where Mn is, I will write here, where Mn is actual mass of the nucleus. Actual mass of the nucleus. So once again listen here, what is mass defect? It is the difference between the total mass of the nucleons and the actual mass of the nucleus. Then we will get the mass defect. So that mass can be converted into energy. So that energy is bind the nucleons together in the nucleus. That energy is called, that is binding energy. Okay, nuclear binding energy. We will discuss about the binding energy in next class.